Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investor channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about a recent announcement that Coinbase made about adding the Near token to its roadmap, which means the Near token has a high chance of being listed on Coinbase pretty soon. And that's the main focus of this video, right? So again, as always guys, if you are trying to purchase or buy any of the cryptocurrencies that we cover on our channel, I suggest you to do your own research, because none of the information present in this video should be considered as financial advice. For this particular project, I suggest you to go to the website near.org in order to learn more about this project, right? But before we talk about Near, I want to talk to you guys about IRS Capital. IRS Capital, if you are a resident or citizen of the United States, then this is the best platform for you to invest in crypto using your IRAs, right? So if you have an interest in trying to buy or sell crypto, you can do that in a tax advantage manner by using IRS Capital, where they provide you with an option to buy and sell crypto 24/7 in your tax advantage IRAs, right? So if you go to the website, which is irscapital.com, and search for information such as their pricing information, you can first of all see that they have some of the most transparent pricing mechanisms in the market. This includes a monthly fee-free account for a personal account, which is pretty crazy if you ask me, and the fact that they provide you with a 1% transaction fee, which is some of the lowest in the industry, right? And if you see for gold, you only have to pay $50 over spot per ounce, as well as for silver, $2.50 over spot per ounce for silver, right? So these are some of the lowest transaction fees of any platform. And when you start an IRS Capital account, not only will you get a new IRA account with IRS Capital, they also help facilitate transfer, rollover, or contribute to fund your IRA, right? And also provide you with all necessary IRS and tax reporting services, and they provide you with unlimited storage with institutional custody partners, and they provide you with the support and maintenance required for the platform. And all of this is done with no additional or hidden account fees, right? So it's pretty crazy if you ask me. And if you scroll further below, you can see that they have their own video that talks about pricing and fees. And if you scroll further below, they also tell you how you can do in-kind transfers to IRS Capital. And if you scroll further below, you can get their FAQ section, which talks about all the additional information that you need to know about setting up your account and funding, and any questions that you may have will be answered here, right? So if you use the link in the description to set up your IRS Capital account and fund it with $1,000, you basically get $10 welcome bonus, plus all the benefits and perks that we've discussed so far, right? So you can basically start planning for your retirement right now in tax advantaged IRAs by using IRS Capital, and by using the link in the description to subscribe to an IRS Capital account, you're also supporting the Brutal Investor channel, for which I thank in advance. So going back to the Near token, for the purpose of this video, we're going to rely on the information present on CoinMarketCap's page for this token, along with information present on the website itself. But this is only going to be a peripheral analysis, which means you need to do your own in-depth research before you put your hard-earned money on this token, right? So what is Near Protocol? Near Protocol is a layer 1 blockchain that is designed as a community-run cloud computing platform, and that eliminates some of the limitations that have been bogging competing blockchains, such as low transaction speeds, low throughput, and poor interoperability. So it is a layer 1 blockchain, just like any layer 1 blockchain, but it is extremely fast, and they have some of the lowest fees. And this is similar to many new gen layer 1 blockchains, is aiming to solve the problems that older generation 1 blockchains were suffering from, which also includes blockchains such as Ethereum and several slow blockchains that have extremely high scalability issues. All of that issue is resolved by Near Protocol, right? So this provides the ideal environment for dApps and creates a developer and user-friendly platform. Again, they are focusing on trying to create a developer and user-friendly platform and an opportunity for multiple dApps to grow and flourish, right? So for instance, Near uses human-readable account names, unlike the cryptographic wallet addresses common to Ethereum. So one of the main benefits of Near Protocol is its user-friendly nature. One example is that you can basically have human-readable names such as XYZ or whatever name you choose. You can have that as your wallet address instead of having a set of weird numbers and letter combination, just like how an Ethereum address would be, right? Near also introduces unique solutions to scaling problems and has its own consensus mechanism called Doomslug. So they have solutions for scaling as well, because they have planned ahead of time to think about potential scaling issues that they themselves may face in the future, even though they are a very fast blockchain. So they have solutions for their own scaling problems, and at the same time they have their own unique consensus mechanism called Doomslug. So it is not something like a proof of stake or proof of work, it's called Doomslug, which is a novel consensus mechanism, right? So Near protocol is being built by the Near collective. It's community that is updating the initial code and releasing updates to the ecosystem. So the Near protocol is built and managed by Near collective, and they are making the codes available, and it is a code that's constantly updated in the ecosystem, right? So its declared goal is to build a platform that is secure enough to manage high value assets like money or identity, and performant enough to make them useful for everyday people. So they are obviously focusing on two main things. Their main focus is to be capable of withstanding loads when people transact high value assets such as money. Obviously money is going to be a main driver for people to use the platform itself. So the platform must be able to face a lot of load, which they are clearly capable of doing that, and it must perform in such a way that it makes it useful for everyday people. You can't just make it expensive for people to use or have a heavy learning curve for people to use, as like some of the other blockchains, and they understand that, and that's why they've developed a user-friendly and performant enough platform, which basically performs well enough to be used by everyday people, right? Flux, a protocol that allows developers to create markets based on assets, commodities, real-world events, and mint-based and NFT minting platform are examples of projects being built on Near protocol. So there are some examples of platforms that are being built on Near protocol. One of the popular ones is Flux, as well as Mint-based, which is an NFT minting platform, and several other new dApps and projects are being built on top of the Near blockchain, right? So those are some of the main quick overview points for Near protocol. The next section talks about the founders of Near protocol, which is not really relevant to this video, so I'm going to skip to the main portion, which is what makes Near protocol unique. So why would you choose to put your money on the Near token, right? So Near uses its Nightshade technology to improve transaction throughput massively. So they are using a very unique technology called Nightshade technology to make their transaction throughputs very quickly and massively. Nightshade is a variation of sharding in which individual sets of validators process transactions in parallel across multiple shard chains, improving the overall capacity of the blockchain. So similar to sharding, which is a concept that's being introduced in Ethereum 2.0, Near also has its own sharding kind of protocol, which is called Nightshading technology. So they use this in order to obviously like have parallel transaction being verified by validators, right, in such a way that they can hold a lot of load. In contrast to regular sharding, shards in Nightshade produce a fraction of the next block called chunks. So instead of regular sharding, the Nightshade version of sharding produces smaller blocks called chunks, which also enables in fast and quick transaction, because you are trying to spread the load as thin as possible within the blockchain so that multiple parallel transactions can go through, right? In doing so, Near protocol is able to achieve up to 100,000 transactions per second and achieve near instant transaction finality thanks to a 1 second block cadence, while simultaneously keeping transaction fees at virtually zero. So one of the main advantages of using Near protocol is that using the chunks as well as the Nightshade sharding technology, they are able to reach as high as 10,000 transactions per second, as well as a near instant finality on your transactions, which means when you use Near protocol, you have some of the best user experiences and you pay literally virtually zero fees, right? So you pay essentially close to zero fees which is what we need for a blockchain to function and hold multiple dApps, while at the same time giving an opportunity for everyone to onboard, not just people who have the money to throw at when it comes to gas fees and all that, right? So those are some of the main reasons why Near should be something that you should be looking for. Near protocol also improves upon the convoluted onboarding process of other blockchains by having human readable addresses and building decentralized applications with similar registration flow to what users have already experienced. So again, another main benefit of Near protocol, as we discussed previously, they have human readable user addresses. So if you have a Near address, you can compare that with an Ethereum or a traditional like address of another blockchain, and you can see the stark contrast that Near protocol allows people to easily remember their own addresses, right? So they don't really have to worry about writing or memorizing or even like saving their address in a notepad or their email or any of the other platforms in order to just remember their user wallet address, right? So that's one thing, because those kind of small things actually makes a huge difference, because a lot of newcomers will find it really easy to use Near protocol's address because of their cheap transaction fees, as well as extremely fast transaction speeds, along with the fact that their wallet address is pretty much customizable and can be a human readable name. Everything will draw a lot of new users to the crypto space, and that's one of the main highlights for Near protocol, right? So moreover, it provides developers with modular components, helping them start projects like token contracts and NFTs more quickly. So when it comes to developer side, they provide more features for developers to use, as well as tools to use to build projects easily, as well as token contracts easily, as well as NFTs to be built on top of them quickly as well, right? So there's a lot of benefits for users as well as for developers, which Near has literally targeted so far, and they've succeeded in doing that. So the next section talks about the Near protocol ecosystem fund, which is really beyond the scope of this video. You guys can go through that for yourself. It's definitely important information for you to understand, especially finding who has literally invested in this project. There are lots of notable names who have invested in this project, which includes 3 Capital, which is a popular company that's kind of going down right now because of the crypto market volatility. It is a company that's going bankrupt. They have invested in Near, but at the same time, a lot of other noteworthy names such as Alameda Research, Z Prime, A16Z Capital, Jump Capital, Dragonfly Capital, and Mechanism Capital. So these are some of the main venture capitalists who have invested in Near protocol. Obviously, it's unfortunate that 3 Capital is going down, but there are lots of other noteworthy like venture capitals who are still believing in the Near protocol project, right? So now that we covered a quick overview, let's go to the website itself, which is near.org, and if you see reimagine your world, so that's the main focus. Get your tickets for NearCon. They have a NearCon similar to several other popular blockchain based events. NearCon is specifically for Near blockchain as well as Near blockchain dApps and users to collaborate and interact on a particular day. You can participate in that if you are a big Near fan, right? And ecosystem panel helping the climate with Web3. So they are very carbon neutral, so which is going to definitely attract a lot of investors from big tech companies to invest in this project, because they do focus on trying to be carbon neutral as well, right? So foundation for creation. So obviously it's a cradle for DAOs, DeFi, and NFTs, and solutions for scaling. So they're trying to scale as quickly as possible, and they have the infrastructure to do that for a multi-chain future. They are trying to be interoperable with multiple other blockchains, both legacy blockchains as well as highly advanced blockchains as well. So by doing that, they're definitely leveraging users as well as capital from multiple different blockchains, right? And if we scroll below, they're also, by the way, EVM compatible, which is very important because EVM compatibility is a huge thing these days. Create an account and choose a path. You can build as well and grow, and you can kind of like see the community where you belong. You can definitely get up-to-date news information directly from subscribing to their newsletter, which you can do here, right? And if you scroll further below, you can learn and build if you are a developer, and you can also access their social media information at the bottom as well, right? So very robust and highly technologically advanced blockchain, which will be here for quite some time in the future as well, and has a huge potential to grow, right? So going to the CoinMarketCap page for this token, This token is currently ranked 22nd by market cap and coin market cap. It is definitely a top 25 token nonetheless, and the price per token is $5.80 at the time I'm making this video, with a 2.27% decrease in the past 24 hours. So it seems like the token is kind of pulling back when it comes to its price action. It's a good time to buy. For now, for people who are trying to get a small dip, but I personally feel like you can get even more better opportunities by this token as well, right? So if we scroll further below, this token is also available on the BNB chain as a BEP20 token. If you want to buy that, you can use the contract address here, but it is available in its own native blockchain. So if you're trying to buy near in exchanges, you can try to see whether it's available in multiple blockchains in that exchange, or you can only withdraw the native version of the token, right? Market cap is $4.3 billion. Obviously, it's a huge market cap. But again, as I said, since Near Protocol has a lot to offer, they will eventually become a I think $20 to $25 billion market cap token pretty soon. I think the potential for becoming in the top 10 is extremely high. I think Near Protocol is definitely capable of doing that. They will grow, and maybe even in the future, depending on how fastly they scale, they could also be in the top 5 as well, right? It's definitely not out of the question. So it's definitely a project that you need to keep an eye out for. Even though the market cap may initially seem like it's quite high, it still has a long way to grow with just $4.3 billion in market cap, right? So if you scroll further below, the max supply is 1 billion tokens. Again, initially you may think that there's a huge amount of token supply, which again, my personal preference for having a token with a max supply is just 100 million tokens or less. 1 billion tokens is quite high for me as well, but if you see, this token is an exception because the circulating supply is about 76% of the max supply. So it seems like over 76, close to 80% of the tokens are already in circulation, which means there's no real major risk of a mid-term to long-term price slumping because of the tokens. There will definitely be a short-term price slumping, but not significant enough for this token to be pushed down for the mid to long term, right? So that's something that you need to keep an eye out for. And the fact that the token is going to closely reach 100% of the max supply indicates that after the 100% supply has been reached, then there's going to be no more new tokens that will be minted, which means scarcity will already be factored in, and therefore the token will only go in the upward direction if the demand increases, right? So those are all things that you need to consider when you're trying to buy a token. So be very careful for whichever token you look at. The ratio between circulating supply to the max supply is very important, and if a token does not even have a max supply, that's one other thing that you need to factor in if you try to do your own research, right? So when it comes to Near Protocol, you're definitely going to get the best value in the mid to long term as guaranteed by the tokenomics itself and the fundamentals itself. But I think the charts will also present you with an opportunity to see what prices to buy this token at, right? So if you see, this token had performed extremely well in the short term as well as in the mid term as well. The recent times the token has had a small beating, but it's definitely giving people an opportunity to buy this token. For people who bought this token at the local bottom of $3.33, you are sitting at a really good profit right now. For a really short-term gain, you're making some good profit with this token. But for people who are trying to buy into this token, you have two options, right? You can either buy this token at this price point and wait for this token to pump, which it will, or you can wait for this token for a little bit longer so that it can go down even lower, maybe even retesting the $4 mark before going upwards, right? This token is going to move sideways for quite some time because it seems like all the attention in the crypto market is on the Ethereum token or Ethereum coin, because Ethereum is having one of the biggest events in the crypto space altogether. So all eyes are on Ethereum, which means Ethereum is the worst thing that you can buy right now because it's definitely getting a lot of attention, and therefore a lot of people are buying Ethereum. You need to wait when nobody is when everybody is buying, and you need to buy when nobody is buying, right? So Near is definitely not getting too much attention right now, and therefore it will continue to stagnate for a few more weeks to maybe even a month or so. and it will kind of dip even further to a price of $4 per token, which will probably be the best time for you to buy this token, because you're going to get at the lowest possible price in the recent months. And once you have bought the token, you can just sit back and relax, because this token will cross the $10 mark easily, right? So if you look at the long-term price of this token was worth $1.18 as of 13th of October 2020, and then it went up, reaching the first all-time high of $7.41 as of 12th of March 2021. It then moved a little bit sideways and even crashed a bit, reaching $1.80 as of 20th of July 2021. But then from there on, it started making new all-time highs, only making newer and newer highs, reaching the current all-time highs of $20 per token. And this was as of 15th of January 2022, and it crashed to a price of about $8.90 as of 24th of February 2022, and then it went to make its second all-time highs, touching as high as $18 per token before crashing violently due to the downturn that we had after the interest rates going up. It reached an all-time low for this year of $3.34 as of 29th of June 2022, and then it started rallying back upwards. I think it's going to go back slightly down and then retest the $4 mark, which will probably be the best time to buy this token, right? And then there's going to be a high chance that this token will cross the $10 mark in the next few months, and then in the by the next bull rally, you can expect this token to go as high as $30 to $40 per token, which is easily possible for this token, right? Again, it's not financial advice; it's my personal opinion, guys. When it comes to the markets, you have ample amount of liquidity for this token already. The unfortunate thing is that Binance has already listed this token, which means you won't be able to get any maximum price gains when Coinbase lists this token pretty soon. But you can still get some good opportunity to make some short-term gains, because if you buy it at this price point, even at this price point right now, and when Coinbase lists this token, you will still see a short-term bump of maybe $6 or $6.50 which this token will reach, which you can use to sell this token at the price point, right, for making some quick gains. But if you see, Binance has the most liquidity. Get.io, KuCoin, Huobi Global, and even Binance US. You can also buy this token from Kraken, FTX. You have ample amount of liquidity. So Coinbase is not going to significantly increase the price of this token when they list this token, but you can still make some quick buck if you want it. And at the same time, if you look at the different exchanges, you can definitely get some really good arbitrage opportunities between certain exchanges. You can buy it low from Binance and then sell it high on Huobi Global, or even in Binance in a different token, right? You can definitely do some really good arbitrage trading if you know what you're doing, right? So what's my final verdict, guys? I think this token is going to do really well in the short term, which is about for 2 to 3 months from now. It's going to do at least a price of $10 per token, which is definitely possible. So if you're buying it at this price point, you're going to make a simple 2x easily. Obviously, Coinbase is potentially going to list this token, so they will pump the price of the token to about $6.50 maximum before it goes down. So that's another quick buck making opportunity. And the long term, if you're a long term believer of Neo Protocol, you can hold it till the next bull run. And the next bull run, this token is going to go as high as 40 to even, if you're lucky, $50 per token before crashing back down, right? So there's really good short term, really short term arbitrage opportunities, as well as the short term opportunity from Coinbase, as well as opportunities in about a few months from now where this token can go as high as $10 per token. And then the long term opportunity is also pretty bright. So I think this token is easily bullish along the way, and it's definitely poised to be in the top 10, if not even top 5 in the next bull market, maybe in the next few years from now, right? So this is a really strong token. I highly recommend this token. If you're not even holding even a small bag of this token, I would suggest you to do some research and maybe familiarize yourself with this token, because this is going to be one of the top blockchains in the future, right? Again, this is my opinion, guys, not financial advice. Please do your own research before you put your hard-earned money on this token, right? Again, remember, guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video, guys. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.